Want to sit down real quick and just talk from the heart. This life shit gets very unpredictable, and you never know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Maybach music.
Maybach music. A couple days ago, I was sitting in the living room with my mom and my brother. We're watching the NBA playoffs. We're eating and shit. And as we're all sitting together, my mom looks at me and she's like, "Do you know what Charlie had a dream about?" And Charlie's my brother, by the way. I'm like, "No, what happened?" And she's like, "Charlie, tell him." And he's like, "Yeah, I had a dream where a mom died." I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck? Don't even joke about that shit, bro. Like, what the fuck?" I'm eating right now. Like, don't ruin the vibe. Like, this is just, come on, bro. Like, it's just doing too much right now. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even want to think about it. Just don't manifest that shit. You know what I mean? This is going through my head. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You know I'm spiritual. My mom's spiritual. We're all a little bit spiritual, and we don't like thinking about shit like that. You know, and just kind of to give you a rundown of my mom, the type of person she is spiritually, she's one of those moms that just sit down and plays on her speaker those TikToks. She'll be doom scrolling on TikTok, and she'll follow those tarot card readers, those predicting the future, you know, follow your gut feeling type of TikToker. The shit moms watch, bro. That's all her TikTok feed, bro. She plays it on the speaker all the time. It's like that feeling you have inside your heart, you have to follow it. That man you don't like, you have to cut him out your life. He's not meant for, that those type of TikToks, bro. So I know my mom's freaking out inside. So, we go on about our day and shit. Next day goes around. It's an off day for me. I am not working. And, I'm getting my usual 10,000 steps in because I'm an active individual. I like, taking care of my health, and it's just part of my ritual, my daily ritual. And as I'm getting my 10,000 steps in the garage, I felt, like a presence behind me. And as I turn around, I see the garage, door open, and it's my brother. And he kind of looks, a little bit like frightened and just like nervous. I'm like, "Yo, bro, what happened?" He's like, "Yo, mom had a concussion at work." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about, bro?" Like, 10 million things is going through my fucking mind. The first thing that pops up is fucking about the shit, about the dream my brother had about my mom the other day. I'm like, "Bro, like, I cannot have this right now, bro. Like, I already, had to go through my dad passing away when I was 12. I cannot lose another parent. It's just me, my mom, and my brother, man. And we're all just trying to make it work, you know? And it just going through my head. I'm like, is she unconscious? Is she good? Like, who called you? Did she call you, etc.? And he was like, "Yeah, mom called. She had a little bit of humor. Obviously, my mom's, a bright person. So she likes to make, the light of the situation." And my brother said she was joking on the phone or whatever. But apparently she went to the kitchen at her workplace, and she was uh like next to the dishwasher and shit, and above the dishwasher was like fucking like a shelf full of pots. And she was putting something in the dishwasher, I'm not too sure, and a pot fell on her fucking head, bro. And it like put a gash on the left side of her head, bro. And when I heard that, bro, I'm like, "Bro, come on." Like, no one wants to see their parent going through that shit. Like, she already has enough on her plate. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just hoping like there's nothing internal happening. You know what I mean? Luckily, she wasn't unconscious. She wasn't knocked out, etc. So, I'm just hoping for the best. My brother said, yeah, she sounded normal. But regardless, I stopped, getting my steps in, and I go straight to the car with my brother, and we go to the workplace because we have to pick her up, obviously. And as we're going to the workplace, I bring it up to my brother. I'm like, "Yo, remember what you said the other day about, mom passing away? Like, knock on wood and shit. We don't ever want that shit happening, bro. Never. We don't want that shit happening." And he's like, "Yeah, bro, that shit was hella weird." And I start asking him like, "Yo, like, can you go more into detail? Like, what happened in your dream?" And he was like, "Yo, I really don't remember that much. I just kind of knew in the dream that something happened, and she just, you know." And I'm like, "Bro, this cannot be that situation right now. Like, come on, bro. Like, we're not making that connection. Like, I started asking him, like, how do you know mom got a concussion? Was she diagnosed? Did she go to the hospital? Like, what happened?" And he starts going more into detail. It's like, yeah, apparently she went to the hospital, immediate care, and got staples in her head, obviously. And they told her she had a concussion, but, like, they don't know if there's anything internal or not, You know what I mean? Like there's none of that shit. So, you know, obviously it gets quiet in the car. I'm just trying to see my mom and just trying to make sure everything's good. We go to her workplace and shit. She comes out with her coworker, and she's kind of like holding her head, and there's like a bunch of like dried up blood, and you can like see the staples and shit. And I hug her. Obviously, I'm, yo, are you good? Like, is everything okay? And obviously she's like, yes, like everything's okay. Like, I'm feeling all right now. Obviously, she's not gonna feel the fucking best. A pot just fucking hit her, and I'm not talking about any normal pot. I'm talking about like one of those kitchen pots, like stir fry pans. You know what I mean? Like stainless steel, like 15 pounds. You know what I mean? Like that shit hit her, bro. I told my brother, I'm like, yo, let me take my mom's car and let me take her with, because your car's a little bit smaller and it's kind of like crowded and there's trash everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, let me take mom back home. You go back home and just don't even worry about it. So my brother go back home. I'm waiting for my mom in her car because I'm trying to drive her back. And, you know, she had to sign paperwork or whatever. And she comes back. I open the door for her. I'm like, yo, what happened? Are you good? Are you okay? Like, just trying to make sure everything's good. And, you know, she's talking normally and shit. But I was trying not to look at her, bro, because I just don't want to see my mom in that state. I'm like, do you want to go to the hospital right now just to get a second opinion? She's like, no, we can go tomorrow. Like, I'm not feeling that bad. It's just, let's just go home. And, you know, she starts telling me on the way back home what happened. Apparently, she was doing somebody else's job. That's how generous my mom is. She started doing somebody else's job because they're being fucking lazy. So she went back to the kitchen to return some shit. She wasn't even supposed to do it. And, a pot fell on her head. You know what I mean? That wasn't placed correctly. Like this is the second time it happened, she said. Not to her, but like to a person at the workplace. It happened one time to another person. Because these fucking people in the kitchen are placing these pots incorrectly. You know what I mean? Like, this is fucking ridiculous, bro. And I'm telling her, look, you know, the Jewish side of me, the 1% Jew in me is like, yo, we have to sue. Like, we gotta sue. You know what I mean? Like, they have to pay the price. That's not right, bro. It's the second time it happened. And, you know, she starts saying like, yeah, I reported a claim at my workplace. I'm like, mom, you cannot report a claim at the workplace. Like, they don't give a fuck. They're gonna do everything in their power for you not to get that money. We need to go separate. And my mom starts like saying, you know what? They don't give a fuck about me, this, that, the third. Like, of course, like, yeah, let me see what can happen. You know? Let me see what I can get out of it. It never hurts to try. You know what I mean? She has a whole fucking gash on the side of her head, bro. Like, why not try? So we started talking about that. That's after I, you know, made sure she was good. She was functioning properly, whatever. And, you know, as we get back home, I tell my mom to chill out. Obviously, you know, my mom, she doesn't fucking chill out. She goes in. She starts yapping to her friend on the fucking phone. This, that, the third. She starts doing the dishes. She takes the dogs outside. I'm like, just chill. You know what I mean? But that's how I knew she was good. You know what I mean? I was literally joking with her today. I'm like, yo, like, that's how I knew you're okay, because you started doing all the basic things. You know what I mean? All the basic mom things. But we get home and I tell her, like, you should really go to the hospital. Like, this is you know what I mean? You never know. Like, there could be something inside, God forbid, like a brain bleed or, you know, something even worse. You know what I mean? Let's just go get checked out. And, you know, my mom was a little bit stubborn. She's like, no, like, we can go tomorrow. So the next day comes around. We go to the hospital. Obviously, she asked for a second opinion. We went to the doctor. He's like, yeah, we need to make sure an MRI scan gets done, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, obviously she gives her insurance and shit. And we waited, and then they called her back for an MRI later on. And fast forward today, I learned this morning that everything was good. So, you know, thank God for that.
Weezy out of here.
Weezy out of here. I asked my mom, how much time are you getting off? And she said, yeah, till Thursday. This happened on Tuesday. What the fuck is that? They don't give a fuck. You know how that made me feel as a son? That I can't retire her, that I can't give her money, that I can't help her. She has to work a fucking 9 to 5 bullshit job. They don't give a fuck about her. She literally has a fucking staples in her head, blood gushing out, head cracked open. They wanted her to come back 2-3 days later. What the fuck is that shit? I told her no, bro. Even the motherfucker at the hospital, the doctor was like, yeah, we can write a note. And obviously, you know, since she's good now, she has a full week to recover. I still think it's bullshit. I think she should wait a month, but it is what it is. But she is getting paid full, rightfully so, for the whole week, so that's good. But yeah, I say all that to say this, that you never know what the fuck's gonna happen in life. All right, like this life shit is unpredictable, bro. It had me thinking about the time my dad passed away. It's like you never think your dad would pass away at 12 years old. Like I remember my dad telling me a year prior, before he passed away, he's like, I'm gonna live for a very long time. You don't even have to worry about anything. It's almost like he knew, bro. But and then he passed away just like this, bro. Started getting flashbacks, bro, like, cause the dream my brother had about my mom the day before, it fucking scared the fuck out of me. I'm like, bro, we cannot lose. You know what I mean? Like this, you know, I had to pray to God about that one. I'm like, listen, God, we can't have that happening. You know, just, you know, you can't get past the big God. This life shit gets so fucking unpredictable. Like I remember a year or two ago when I was driving to work, it was a really cold fucking day, bro. Like freezing, like winter temperature, like breaking records, bro. We had to go under a state emergency, I think, because it was that bad. But you know, I woke up that day and I needed to go to work, bro, not knowing how serious the consequences were, and I had to drive 30 minutes to my workplace, bro. And everything was frosted in my car, like my windows, everything, and it takes a minute to defrost everything. And I had like a little ass scraper, so I scraped what I could, and I was on the way, because if I was late one more time, I was about to get fucking fired. You know? And that was me being young and naive, bro. Like I should have never went in the first place. But you know, I took the slow lane all the way there, because it was in like my workplace was in Lexington. It was like a 30-minute drive. And I took the slow lane there, and I literally got to the exit. And on the exit, I was merging onto the middle lane. And as I was merging onto the middle lane, my car starts skidding out of control, skidding to the left real fucking fast. I start pulling to the right. Then my car starts skidding to the fucking right. And luckily there was no cars to the left or right of me, because I would have been fucked up. If a car was coming and I started just swerving out of control, I would have been bad, bro. It would have been fucked.
Weezy out of here.
And then I landed in the ditch and my car was just fucked, bro. Like my wheels popped trying to get out of the snow. Officer had to help me, etc. But, you know, there's just so many times in life where it could have been like this, bro. You know, we live life in such a like, you know, almost like a slow, linear progression. Like everything's good, it's normal, and then reality just hits you. You know, we forget about that it could happen to anybody. And that had me thinking, bro, it's just like, you gotta do what the fuck you want to do in life, bro. You know, get rich or die trying mentality, right? As selfish as that sounds, it's your fucking life, bro. You know, I don't want to pass away knowing that God gave me this feeling, this purpose of pursuing this content creation shit, and I just sat there all day, you know, taking the safe route, the more stable route, whether that's a job, whether that's college, etc. Knowing He gave me this purpose, this mission of being a fucking content creator, man. This shit's so unpredictable, bro. Anything can happen. As fucked up as it sounds, that's the reality, bro. You could get shot. You could get in a car crash. You could have a fucking pie hit you and hit you in the back of the head or some fucked up shit. You could be paralyzed. Like, bro, it could be like this, bro. It could be like that. So I just have to chase this shit, bro. I have to chase this shit. I have to chase what's in my heart, you know? I don't want to be a slave to the system. You know, going to college, you know, working a 9 to 5, that's unfulfilled. Fuck that shit, bro. I have to pursue this content shit. It's in my fucking heart. I just feel like it wouldn't be a life worth living if you didn't fight for what you believed in, what you wanted out of life. Not what X, Y, and Z person wanted out of your life for you. Is what you wanted out of life. You know? Did you have the balls or not to fucking go after your goals, bro? Like, real talk. You know what I mean? Were you the risk taker or were you not? I want to be remembered as someone that took that fucking risk. That didn't take the safe route. The biggest risk is not taking any risk at all, bro. Real talk, bro. This is from the heart. I know I'm usually more entertaining and showing my more entertaining side, but I gotta be real right here, bro. Nothing's guaranteed in this fucking life, bro. But life and death. So chase what you love doing the most, bro. Real talk. You know it. Me and you both know what you have inside your heart. I know what's inside my heart. I truly believe this is God's calling for me. Like, He gave me this feeling for a reason. You know what I mean? And it'd just be a shame if I didn't pursue it. You know what I mean? Because the dream that you're going after, whatever it may be, could lead you to places that you would have never ever dreamt of. Like, it's even crazier when you hit the goal. What you have a vision of in your head, it's going to be 10 times crazier when you hit it, bro. It's going to set your family up for life. Well, at least my visions and my goals. I know what I'm doing right now. It's going to change my family's life. It could have me living in a motherfucking palace like this, you know what I'm saying?
Maybach music.
Real shit, bro. But it's not about the money. It's just about the purpose, bro. And the opportunities it brings. But yeah, man. Just wanted to get my mind off some things, bro. You just never know with this life shit, bro. So pursue what you love doing the most and make the most out of it, bro. Real shit. Twitch link down below. Subscribe, all that shit. And yeah.